All right, well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to this 100th birthday concert celebration for one of our favorite guys in the whole world, right down the street from us, our neighbor, our friend, our family member, President Jimmy Carter. Yeah! Well, I'm an age here, and I know many of you, but I'm one of the newer residents of Plains. Happy to be here. I was drawn into the town, like many of us, through the legacy, through the heroes that President Jimmy Carter and Mrs. Rosalynn Carter are to me. But then I fell in love with everybody. I fell in love with the charm of the place. I fell in love with the plainsiness of the place. And so I bought a house in Mountain. So I'm happy to be here and thankful that we get to be a part of this together tonight. I did want to say, a couple of housekeeping things. It looks like everyone did a great job of scooting to the middle. If anyone is without a seat and would like a seat, just look to the middle. You can raise your hand if you have an empty seat beside you. It doesn't look like there's much of that. But yeah, there's an empty seat back there. There's some here. Oh, we got some empty seats in kind of the middle. So if you're standing along the wall and you would like a seat, go to where there's a raised hand, give them a $5 bill and sit down, okay? All right. Also, something to remind you of, there is a table as you walk out of the high school. There's a table with some exclusive merchandise that we made specifically for the 100th, and all of it is, all the proceeds go back to the Friends of Jimmy Carter. And of course, the Friends of Jimmy Carter, if you don't know, is an organization that helps to preserve and perpetuate the legacy of the Carters. So, right here from Plains to the world. So it's a good thing to do. There's some cool stuff out there. This is one of the few places you can get it. There's an everything package where you just give them your credit card, they give you everything, and they charge you a lot of money. Yes, they do. Okay? All right. That works. Also, a lot of thank yous to get through. I'll do them really quick. The Jimmy Carter Leadership Program students, thank you from Georgia Southwestern University. Thank you for being here. Where are you? Are you guys here? Yeah, give them a hand. They stepped in to get things done and did it in the way that Jimmy Carter does it, without stating anything about it, just serving. Mark Minnick, Ken Hawkins, who donated the books for these VIP folks, thank you for that. Grace with St. Genevieve in California. Dr. Meganson in the Southwest Civic Chorus and Georgia Southwestern Choir, who's about to sing in her second. Thank you very much for all that you've done for this area in providing music, a soundtrack of music for our lives. So thank you very much. And I think that's it, all the volunteers. Okay, before we move forward to a special birthday video greeting for President Carter that we want to show everybody, Tweed Roosevelt, who is the great-grandson of Theodore Roosevelt, Teddy, otherwise known as Teddy. Teddy! All right, he has a quick presentation that he's going to make to James Earl Carter IV, Jimmy's grandson James, right here. And this is on behalf of the Society of Presidential Descendants. Real quick, we have a whole row of presidential descendants up here. We have LBJ's daughters, we've got Truman's grandson, we've got everything to do with McKinley, and we got, let's see, Taylor and Taft and Coolidge. We got everybody up here. So, if you're interested in presidential history, they're right up here. And I want to say a special thank you to you, Lucy and Linda, for making the trek and honoring President Carter this way. Okay? You want to make this brief because I've been too long.
He keeps telling me that. Nothing too long. I had an hour presentation, but Anderson. No. Yeah, the Society of Presidential Descendants was created a few years ago. Believe it or not, there was no organization for presidential descendants. So a few of us got together and created it. And here we go, from Monroe all the way to Carter. So we're doing a pretty good job. On behalf of the Society of Presidential Descendants and Long Island University, I'm also connected to Long Island University, where I'm a university professor and starting a school, and it's the home of the Society of Presidential Descendants. At Long Island University, we have a wonderful artist, and I asked him to make a drawing, or rather a piece of artwork of Jimmy Carter. You hold it up. This is it. I think it's terrific. Dan Christophal is his name, and it is the honor of LIU and the presidential descendants to present this to Jimmy Carter on his birthday.
Thank you very much, Tweed. Thank you, James. We have a special video greeting from several people who've intersected with President Carter's life through the years. And so we want to, it's for him, and so we've sent it down to the house, but it's for us too, as we celebrate his birthday today. So if you'll just direct your attention to the screens, and then Kim Carter Fuller will come up to welcome.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear friend Jimmy Carter. Happy birthday to you.
Greetings, this is U.S. Senator John Ossoff, and it's such an honor and a privilege to join you as we celebrate President Carter's 100th birthday.
Happy birthday, President Carter, and congratulations on this truly amazing milestone. 100 years old is no small peanuts.
Hello, friends of Jimmy Carter. This is Garth Brooks.
And Tricia Wood.
I love that. Happy birthday, Mr. President.
It's a privilege to carry on the legacy of leadership and representation that President Carter embodies as one of Georgia's greatest sons, greatest citizens, and greatest leaders.
Your unyielding dedication to human rights, civil rights, democracy, and building a more perfect union where all God's children can thrive has done so much.
We love you, President Carter.
Amen. And just thank you. Good man is in all places at all times. You've been in every place in my life. Right now, even though you're in Georgia, you are up here with us in Minneapolis, St. Paul, building houses.
Thanks for what you've always done for Habitat.
Know that the ways in which you have made your faith come alive in service to building the beloved community continues to inspire generations of change makers to come.
Just want to let you know that I'm thinking about you. I hope you're doing fine. Looking forward to us singing some more gospel songs together. So I'm right behind you, so you stay in there and I'll stay behind you. I love you.
Happy 100th birthday. You've always been a moral force for our nation and the world. I recognize that as a young senator. That's why I supported you so early. You're a voice of courage, conviction, compassion. Most of all, beloved friend of you and me and our family. Your hopeful vision of our country, your commitment to a better world, and your unwavering belief in the power of human goodness continues to be a guiding light for all of us. You know, you're one of the most influential statesmen in our history. Even after you left office, the moral clarity you showed throughout your career showed through again in your commitment through the Carter Center and Habitat for Humanity. Put simply, Mr. President, I admire you so darn much. May God continue to bless you, Mr. President. You've been a good friend.
I would like to welcome you tonight as we honor President Carter. My name is Kim Carter Fuller, and I'm the Executive Director of the Friends of Jimmy Carter National Historical Park. And I know that all around tonight, some of you are here maybe because you've worked with him in the past, maybe, or you work with him now, or you work with him right now at the Carter Center, and we know that you're one of the reasons that he's been with us for 100 years. There's some of you who know him as your neighbor. There's some of you who have walked up and down the streets with him. There's some of you who are here who walked up and down these halls with him when he was here in school. And there are some of you who know him as family. But we're all here, I think we can safely say this, because we love him. And we want to honor him. You know, not too long ago, somebody told me that you cannot build a town on a name. And he was right, you can't. You cannot build a town on a name. But President Carter has built a legacy. James's granddaddy, Margaret's granddaddy, Mandy's uncle, Janet's uncle, Sybil's brother-in-law, Alethea's brother-in-law, and all of these people who have gathered today to honor him. And I want to end with something that my grandma said. And if you knew our grandmother, you know that she didn't mind saying whatever she wanted to say. But in this case, this was written in a letter that she sent home from India when she turned 70 years old in India. And this was at the very end of the letter. And she was lonesome. She was very lonesome. She was there by herself, and she was turning 70 years old. But this is what she sent back home to her children. If I had one wish for my children, it would be that each of them would reach for goals that have meaning for them as individuals. And I think tonight we can truly say that Uncle Jimmy has reached those goals. Thank you. And I'm going to turn it over to my friend, Dr. Julie Dickinson, who has this awesome choir who's going to come to this evening.
Will you give them one more round of applause for the Southwest City Southwestern Choir under the direction of Dr. Julie Livingston? And then will you also make welcome someone who's been a good friend to this part of the country for a long, long time and just representing our needs and expressing himself as one of us. So will you please give it up for Congressman Sanford Bishop?
Thank you so much. Truly, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. It is truly an honor for me to be here tonight. The family and everyone that is here, this legacy group, presidents, as we celebrate the birthday, 100th birthday of a proud son of Georgia, U.S. Navy veteran, governor, world leader, humanitarian, our United States President, our friend Jimmy Carter. In my time in the state legislature and through my tenure in Congress, I've had the pleasure of knowing and working with Jimmy Carter for over 50 years. In the time of heightened partisanship, love, and the respect that Jimmy Carter has earned transcends any Democrat and Republican, conservative and liberal divide. His compassionate and selfless service has been awesome to witness, and it's been an inspiration to me as well as to countless others. It brings together folks from all walks of life and from different generations. Case in point, I introduced a bipartisan bill a few weeks ago to award President Carter the Congressional Gold Medal. I introduced it with my colleague from the neighboring 8th Congressional District, my friend Austin Scott, a conservative Republican. And we were joined in that effort by Congressman Donald Norcross of New Jersey, a Democrat, who reached out to me in this regard because of how inspirational and influential President Carter was in his life. Many of us know Jimmy Carter's story, a Navy veteran, peanut farmer who called Plains home, family man, community leader whose roots run deep in Georgia, school board chair, state legislator who supported integration and voting rights. He was our governor and our president. As president, he delivered landmark diplomatic accomplishments in a tumultuous world, from the Camp David Accords and Salton Treaty to the Panama Canal Treaty, and establishing diplomatic relations with China. He expanded the Head Start program here at home, and it has helped generations of American families and children get a strong start in life and set them up for success down the road. His accomplishments are legendary, but of course, that's not the complete story. Jimmy Carter met the love of his life, Rosamond Carter, in 1945. They married a year later and remained happily married. Sadly, he lost her last November. But they accomplished so much together with each other's support. As much as I worked with President Carter, I also worked with Roosevelt to support her Herculean effort to help families in Georgia and across the country get the resources they need to become better caregivers to their family members and all of the challenges that may entail. In their 80s, at a time when most Americans are taking a well-earned rest from a lifetime of hard work, Jimmy and Rosalynn Carter were still helping build homes, raising awareness about the plight of those less fortunate, and they were leading by example. Despite being in the digital information age and our country's weakness for celebrity, Jimmy and Rosalynn Carter helped change the world for the better, yet they remain some of the most humble people to operate on the world stage. Their love for each other and the world around us, as well as their humility and grace, are traits to which we all should aspire. In 1999, Jimmy and Rosalynn were jointly awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor by President Bill Clinton. In 2002, President Trump was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for his decades of untiring effort to find peaceful solutions in international conflicts, advance democracy and human rights, and promote economic and social development. While these awards are prestigious and well-deserved, Jimmy Carter will be the first to tell you the most rewarding experiences in his life are those he shared working with others, the community, making a positive, little difference every day in someone's life. To commemorate this day, I had words of commendation and celebration, celebrating President Carter's 100th birthday, spread the congressional record last week, which will remain there in the annals of the United States House of Representatives, now henceforth and forevermore. As I prepare to take my seat, I want to leave with you one of my favorite quotes. It's called "A Bag of Tools" on Barnes Shelf. Isn't it strange how princes and kings, crowns and capons are as rings, and common folks like you and me are builders for each other. Each is given a bag of tools, a shapeless mass, and a set of rules. But each must make your life as well, a stumbling block or a stepping stone. Jimmy Carter's life is a monument of stepping stones that he's built, which has glorified God and has been a greater good for all of humanity. We and the world are truly blessed to have had President Carter in our lives. So happy 100th birthday, President Carter. God bless you.
Thank you. I'm David Osborne. It's great to be here. Just say something briefly. 38 years ago, I walked into Borders Books in Orlando, Florida, where I was living, and there was Jimmy Carter signing the Outdoor Journal. And he'd always been my hero because my mother ran for county clerk in Oklahoma, and we were putting up this unknown guy's signs for President Jimmy Carter. And I always wanted to be in it. And so on that day in July of '86, I met him and handed him a record, 33 RPM, and I signed it with my phone number. A few weeks later, Dan Ariel called me and asked if I'd come play the Miranda Baptist Church. And that 38 years was a gift to me because I got to know all you people. You've been wonderful people, and knowing you has been the beautiful gift of my life. And everybody that I met through Jimmy and Rosalynn, that was the real gift, and loving you all and knowing you. And after 76 performances at the White House, after he introduced me to so many people, I was playing this arrangement I'm getting ready to play a long time ago, and the composer walked up and said, "Oh no, don't play my music." And I said, "Okay," and I won't mention the first lady until later, maybe, but she heard that, and she said, "What did you say?" I said, "He doesn't want me to play your music." And anyway, she overrode it and said, "David's going to play your music." And so, anyway, he was with a very attractive brunette. Her name is Sarah Brightman. And here's that arrangement that I played. It was Ben, and afterward, he was thrilled I played it. It's great to be here.
Okay, David, I don't mean to stop you before you play, but Beth, now's the time. We wanted to sing President Carter Happy Birthday, and he's on the phone. Yeah, and so now's the time. So you would like to accompany us on that? Okay, you give us the key, and we'll go. Yeah, F.
Happy
And all I'm going to do is play my little guitar and work in D tune. I did want to say real quick, since David introduced himself, real quickly I want to introduce everybody down here. One of our other Sumter County sons, I would say, proud of him, Brent Cobb, who comes from right here in the area. Brent has, if you don't know Brent, you've heard many of the songs written for Little Big Town, Miranda Lambert, Chesney, all those folks, but also you'll be headlining the Ryman down in my old part of the country, and Cindy's part of the country in Nashville. Anyway, give it up for Brent Cobb. You love him, you know him. So glad to have him. And this little sweet lady next to him is one of my dearest friends. I introduced her to Plains when I started getting to know you all, and you fell in love with her like I did. She's an iconic singer-songwriter in Nashville. Many, many Dove Awards, Grammy nominations, written for everybody under the sun. I'm so glad she's taught me so much about life and love, not just music. Will you please give it up for Miss Cindy Morgan? And then this lady right here, I'm like, what land of Oz are we in that Sandy Patty came to Plains? But I have known her voice since I was a child. She wasn't much older. And Sandy, I told someone one day, Sandy is known the world over. She has sung for 5 presidents, considered America's favorite inspirational singer, 5 Grammy Awards, all this stuff. But if I could name a female voice other than my mother's that made me feel okay to do me, it would be Sandy Patty's. And I think that's true for a lot of us. So will you please welcome another lady that I think is worth tributing, that Congressman Bishop did a wonderful job in his narration about Jimmy's life, would be Rosamond. And yes, I don't think there's one without the other. I think that's true from all that I know. And so I thought I'd save the song, but I think I'll just get it out there because it's worth honoring a good woman at any point in time. And I am so thankful that I was able to be in the company of Rosalina a few times. So Cindy and I wrote this together for Rosalind's 95th. Deep down in Georgia, high up in those pines, Mom and Dad and all the angels sang when she arrived. It was the roaring 20s in that quiet, dusty town. A bus driver, seamstress, a baby, and a little white house. Strong as steel, sweet as a magnolia, morning prayers and evening meals, that's how the Lord grows you. Fly, butterfly,
And she played it the day before she moved to heaven. She was 90 years old and on hospice because we were made aware of that, right? Because of the Carter family, the administration, and helping us understand that our very special aged ones, I'm trying to do this really fast, so hang on. We were made aware and elected hospice so that my mother had some beautiful years. Hospice didn't necessarily give days to her life, but it gave life to her days. And I'm so grateful for that experience and want to thank all those Carter people who had a part of that. I turned 18 years old in 1911. And I was able to vote for the very first time in a presidential election. And I cast my vote very proudly for President James Carter. Woo! Truly, indeed, 100 years ago this day, this world became a better place because of the man we celebrate today. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, and also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear all 12 of my grandbabies crying. I've watched them grow. They'll learn much more than you and I will ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Goodness, beautiful. Well, I'm just so honored to be here with you guys, and thank you, Andrew, and all the folks here in Plains for letting me come. And I grew up in East Tennessee, but my folks are all from Eastern Kentucky, Harlan, Kentucky, which is where, you know, all the moonshining and the people get thrown into sinkholes and things like that. And so, as you can imagine, the blood runs pretty red, and so do the necks. Right?
Whatever you want to say.
But my dad voted for Jimmy Carter because he knew a good man. And so I think there are so few people in the world that you watch their life and it's just so consistent. And it never hits a speed bump. And, like a man after God's own heart. And I'm just so grateful for him. And I was telling Andrew that my parents passed a lot of things down to me. They passed down a love for Jesus, a love for music, and anxiety. And sometimes you write a song about something that's really not, that you haven't conquered yet, but the song is almost like a prophetic thing. Like, I think if I sing this, maybe it'll get better. So anyway, Andrew and Sandy are gonna join me, and Brent, it's in drop D. So come on now. All right, I know you can do it. All right, and sing along if you want to. Okay. What do
10 minutes down the road. I have, I've been making a living making music for about 20 years, keeping my lights on and my babies fed. Miss Fuller, Miss Kim Carter Fuller was my English teacher in high school.
Did she teach you any English?
Yeah.
Oh, I had for that, George.
Teaching us that Southern English. She's a brilliant lady, and they're just a brilliant family, and this is a very special place if you can't tell already. Something about this, you know, you got like Otis Redding came from right down the road, and then you have Ray Charles that come right down the road, and then you got Little Richard also right down the road. You got all this music stuff that's happening right here. You got the president, you know, right here in the middle of it all. What's up with that? There's something in the water, you know. And when you're in about first, second, or third grade, you hear you can do anything. You can grow up, you can become anything, even the president of the United States of America. And you really believed it when you come from around here. And so I said I would be a songwriter sometime. There's a town in South Georgia where the water is clean. Limelighters grow tall, the winters ain't mean. People who live there are the kind you can trust. They all grew up around the county school bus. There's a town in South Georgia so humble and small. If you sleaze driving through, you won't see it at all. Every Sunday at supper, they're bowing their heads, thankful for snap peas and skillet cornbread. Take me south of Atlanta, down I-85, east of Alabama, where old glory's still black. You can smell honeysuckle, put your nose in the air. Take me south of Atlanta, don't stop till we're there. Old Joe's at the Chevron, take that to the bank. Get a wipe off the window, fill up your tank. There's a good game of checkers, it's happening somewhere. You ain't had barbecue until you had it down there. Take me south of Atlanta, down I-85, east of Alabama, where old glory still flies. You can smell honeysuckle, put your nose in the air. Take me south of Atlanta, don't stop till we're there. Carter went around the whole world for all them years, but he decided to come on back home when he was ready to take it easy. I was gone for 20 years. I decided to do the same, to raise my kids right down here too. Thank y'all for having me here.
Thank you very much. I have to pinch myself. Last week I was doing an event for Barbara Streisand. This week I'm sitting there with Sandy Patty and Andrew Greer. And,
Andrew, I love him.
Cindy Morgan. Sorry about that. Andrew Greer, Cindy Morgan, and Brent Cobb. So you guys, I love you. And anyway, one time I asked Jimmy, I said, what do you mean play next year? Because every year we're doing his birthday party. He said, play some country. And I said, okay. I said, you want me to play some country? And I said, President Carter, you want me to play some country? He said, yeah, which country are you going to play? We just had the Eagles there this week. I'm in Sin City still. I was telling Sandy because we worked the Oral Roberts Global Achievement Award when I got a Global Achievement. And I called the alumni office because they only picked 50 people in 50 years. I said, you must have the wrong David Osborne. You must have David James. You don't want David Greer? No. So you know what they said? No, you're the right one. I said, well, no, I play where people drink, cuss, and they're usually out there with somebody else's wife. And I said, that's what Oral Roberts wanted. He wanted you to go into all the world. So I did it. But anyway, I was inspired by Jimmy Carter for many things, but he said, I want you to learn some Eagles. Some Eagles. So we had him in the crowd the other night from after they had their deal with Vince Gill. And, should have had Andrew Greer there too. Anyway, here's what I did. I took a classical arrangement I made with all the arpeggios working downwards. And that arrangement now is second to the Eagles on YouTube. I have over 2 million views on that one song. Anyway, and it's all because of Judy. Because I would have never done this. But if you want to know how to do it, I have it on musicnotes.com. All I'm doing is doing descending arpeggios. And my goal is maybe to come back to Plains and teach piano to you guys after someday. Just relax and eat peanut butter ice cream. Anyway, here we go.
He's got you and me. We sing it. He's got a you and me, brother. In his, come on, y'all sing. He's got you and me, sister, sister. In his head, he's got you and me, brother and sister. In his head, he's got the whole world in his hands. He's got everybody. He's got everybody. In his head, he's got everybody. In his head, he's got everybody. In his head, he's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. Je t'aime, t'es un. Yativia, leave blue. Honey, your head don't cry. You know what all that means? I love you. Well, the sounds are all as different as the lands from which they came. And though our words are all unique, our hearts are still the same. Love in any language, straight from the heart, pulls us all together, never apart. And once we learn to speak it, all the world will hear. Love in any language, fluently spoken. Will you try that chorus with me? Love in any language, straight from the heart, pulls us all together, never apart. And once we learn to speak it, all the world will hear. Love in any language, right here, Plains, Georgia, fluently spoken. Here, sing it with me. Love in any language, straight from the heart, pulls us all together, never apart. And once we learn to speak it, all the world will hear. Love in any language, fluently spoken here. We teach the young our differences, yet look how we're the same. We love to laugh, we dream our dreams, we know the sting of pain. From Leningrad to Lexington, the farmer loves his land, and daddies all get misty-eyed to give their daughters hand. Oh, maybe when we realize how much there is to share, we'll find too much in common to pretend it isn't there. Come on, sing it. Love in any language, straight from the heart, pulls us all together, never apart. And once we learn to speak it, all the world will hear. Love in any language, fluently spoken. Here, just the last line. Love in any language, fluently spoken. Here, last line. Love in any language, fluently spoken here.
an appropriate chorus considering who we're celebrating tonight, don't you? In any language. Hope we learn to all speak that language too. This is a song that I've sung many years, but when I think about President Carter and I think about this historic milestone, I also think about his humanity. And I've always been drawn to people in all places of life, but especially those who are at the end of their lives. And because I think there's, it's a great mystery, isn't it? Passing on to the other side, something we haven't yet done. And I think to be near it, there's a special or a unique space, a sacred space, where the gap between this life and the next is so very thin and so very fragile and so very ripe. And this song is a song that I think about when I think about being in that season of life. And I'll just sing it. I am an orphan on God's highway, gonna share my troubles if you go my way. I know no mother, no father, no sister, no brother. I am an orphan child. I have had friendships pure and golden, but the tie of kinship I have not known them. I know no mother, no father, no sister, no brother. I am an orphan When he calls me, I will be able to meet my family at God's table, and I'll meet my mother. It's gonna be this father, be this sister, and oh my brother. No more an orphan child. Blessed Savior, make me willing, walk beside me till I am with Him. Be my mother, my father, my sister, my brother. No more an orphan child will be my mother, my father, my sister, my brother. I am an orphan child. I am an orphan
Love that. Okay, well, this next song, we're going to include you guys in this, and it's a special song. But Andrew, you brought me into this song. Why don't you tell the good folks about this?
Well, after we wrote a song for Miss Roseland for her 95th, and then when they announced that President Carter was going into hospice care in February 23, it just felt like, again, those two are a complete circle, and so we should complete the circle with a song about his life. And so I called Cindy in because she's a much better writer than me. And the thing that I just kept thinking was, what's the key? Yeah, okay, that's enough. I kept thinking in my mind, just thinking of your grandfather. Son, you done well, you done good. Lay it down and go on home. And I said, Cindy, what should we do this? And so we started exploring his life, and then we brought in one of our really favorite songwriters, Wayne Kirkpatrick, who has been very connected to artists in this community, written a lot for Garth and Trisha and Eric Clapton and all that. So he brought in another fine tune. So we've never sung it before. We've just written it. So we'd like to invite you to sing the chorus with us. Maybe this is part of our celebration, is singing whenever it is, singing it all. So let's just do Son, You Done Well. Okay, so I'm going to sing it. Don't play the guitar, actually. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please don't play the guitar. That's what I meant. Please don't play the guitar. Oh my God. She'll never come back. But okay, so just do Son, You Done Well, You Done Good. Sing that, right? Son, You Done Well, You Done Good. Good. This time lay it on down at the throne. Okay? So it'll go like this. You done well, you done good, lay down at the throne. Okay, so let's sing that. And 1, 2, Son, you done well. Son, you done well, you done good, lay down at the throne. That's good. Okay, then we'll get to this line. Listen first. The Father and the angels, they'll greet you, they'll meet you, go on home. Okay? Father and the angels, they're to greet you, they're to meet you. Here we go. The Father and the angels, they'll greet you, they'll meet you, go on home. That's it. Sing that whole chorus. Son, you done well, you done good. Here we go. Son, you done well, you done good. Lay it down at the throne. Father and the angels, they'll greet you, they'll meet you. Father and the angels, they'll greet you, they'll meet you, go on home. That's beautiful. All right, Cindy, kick us out. Look of your life for such a time and place. Smiles and brilliant colors, people on every page. You and Miss Rachel picking cotton and learning about God. A little about nature, a little about the book of God. Sing a line to the water, that old country creek. Fishing for the meaning of life, some unknown destiny. Son, you done well, you done good. Do that again. Son, you done well, you done good. You and Earl Carter, not seeing things the same. Their big conversations, funny how they make a way. Epitaphs more than just a dash on a gravestone. Who knew the road less traveled was the road home? Oh, son, you done well, you done good. Lay down at the throne. Father and the angels, they'll greet you, they'll meet you. Father and the angels, they'll greet you, they'll meet you.
77 butterflies and wings. Her smile could make the birds forget to sing. The book of your life comes grace to you and me, yeah. The word plain and simple, bit of love and wage peace. Bit of love and wage peace. Son, you done well, you done good. Son, you done well, you done good. Lay down at the
President Carter's favorite hymn is Amazing Grace. So,
all right. Can I do this? Can we do Amazing Grace?
Yes,
All right,
yes.
here we go. This is
And we also.
my son. Well, I wrote this with my wife when our second child was born, and you start thinking about their whole journey in life, you know, and you just go, man. I hope you realize that you just don't have to care what anybody thinks. Just go do your own thing and live your own life, go down your own path. As long as you're happy, you ain't hurt nobody, you're trying to love, and that's good, and do that. And I feel like that's what Mr. Timmy was doing, you know what I mean? And, it's called Keep Them on Their Toes. If you ever roll your one thing you'll find, most people that you meet just about out there, man. They try to tell you how to live, try to tell you how to die. They tell you don't get too low, but don't get too high. The best thing you can do is don't listen too close. Walk on to your home and keep them on their toes. Keep them on their toes, your business out of sight. Make them look left if you're gonna hang right. If the pie's hot, don't let them see your head. Make them gotta know if they wouldn't understand. The best thing you can do when the ignorance shows, is walk on to your home. Keep them on their toes. If you never grow up, you ought to stay that way. 'Cause you can't learn what you ain't gotta change. Just listen to your heart. Listen to the rain. Listen to whatever it is that keeps you sane.
Sanders. Come on. She's here. You can have a seat real quick. We just did not want to leave tonight. Thank you, April. And real quick, to say thank you to Griffin, who's been doing the video, and April Days, and Chris Cameron's back there doing some film for On Demand, and Brent. Just there's a lot of people who've been a part of tonight, the Friends of Jimmy Carter Board. Will you give them a thank you for helping us celebrate in this way? Okay, Luke? I want you to come right here where there's a light on. This little shining angel right here spends almost every one of her days with President Carter, and we love her here in Plains, and he loves her, and I want her to close us out. You get your own. Check, check.
Okay. Yes, I'm Bruce Sanders, and I'm personal assistant to President Carter. I'm fortunate enough to have the job that many of you would probably love to have, because I do get to spend every day with him. I will tell you this, when I first started, I found out really quick something about Jimmy Carter. When I walked in, if he looked at me and smiled and said, "Good morning, sweetheart," then I'm like, yes, we've got this. We're gonna have a great day. If I walked in and he looked at me like, "What are you doing here?" and didn't say anything, I thought, we're gonna clash at some point today, I can tell. But it has been an honor, and it's been a wonderful opportunity for me, and one that I will never forget. I do want to, on behalf of the Carter's family, and they have been with their granddad, with their dad, and their granddad, and their great-granddad. Chip and Jeff were here with him all weekend. The grandchildren came in today. Jack even got to come in from Nevada today, which is always a great treat because we don't get to see Jack a lot. We had about, what do we have, 20? Probably close to 20 for lunch today. He's had a wonderful day. He did get to go out and watch the flyover. I hope all of you got to see that, but he did get to go outside and see that. So we came back in and we had some lunch out on the back terrace, and he joined them out there. And then as they sang happy birthday to him, we had a caramel cake that Marley had made and sent him. He loves Marley's caramel cake, so I threw it in the freezer when she brought it. Don't tell her. But so that we could save it. And then we had candles for 100. We didn't put 100 candles on. We put 1 and 2 zeros on it. And everyone sang happy birthday to him, and all the great-grandchildren blew out the candles for him. I have already heard from the house tonight since you sang happy birthday, and he said he watched every second of it. He was able to see it, and he loved it. And so, you know, from the entire Carter family and the staff and everyone, your love for him means so much. Your dedication to him, your support of him has just been incredible, and he loves it, and he does, and you know, we'll see where we go from here. I don't always get a funny story. I can walk in a lot of mornings, and he will look straight at me and close his eyes and turn his head, and that lets me know that he did not want to talk to me today, and I'm good with that. But last Thursday, I think it was Thursday morning, Becky, Chip's wife, was back in the back. He actually hadn't come to the front that morning. And she said, "I heard Ruth come through the door. Do you want to talk to her?" And he said, "Do you want to see her?" And he said, "Yes." So Becky came and got me, and I went back, and we had a little conversation about the weather. And I assured him that I was in a Hurricane Helene duty that day. And I was doing everything I could to make sure that he would be safe. We would not be moving him unless we just really decided a couple hours before we had to. And he would be able to stay there. We were keeping his caregivers safe. We swapped them out so that nobody was in the dark flying and going driving back and forth to home. So we made a few adjustments, and that I got the biggest smile. I don't get as many of those, if you can imagine, as I used to, but I got the biggest smile from him last Thursday morning as I was explaining to him that it was going to be okay. We would have a storm, but he was going to be safe, and we had plenty of people in the right places to take care of him. So thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Thank you for supporting him and for loving him, because he does, I do think it makes him better. It makes him feel better. So thank you so much, and I hope you all have a very, very safe trip getting back to your homes. Thank you.
Thank you. Our last thank you goes to Jay Stephanie, Beth Ratt, the National Park Service staff here who's been so incredible with a full day. We had 100 new citizens naturalized in this building this morning. I think that's very honoring to President Carter. So, again, I don't want to belabor us any longer, but why don't we just on the count of 3 to get out of here, just yell as loud as you can, happy birthday, President Carter, okay? Can you do it? Oh, I wasn't thinking sing it, but we can sing it. Let's just, okay, here we go.